When after my wife and I got married, I was about 28 or so, and she's a year older than me. She was ready to have a baby pretty much right away. And I still wasn't firmly situated in my career, although my prospects were good. I wasn't worried about it. And I wasn't in a hurry. But she was more in a hurry. And I thought, well, I don't want to stop her from doing something that she wants. So why am I resistant to this? So I went for a walk and I thought about it, and I thought, okay, well, I have things to do to finish developing my career, and I have to do them right now. I was finishing up my PhD. Like, I have to do that. There's no way around that. And so nothing can interfere with that, because that's not going to be good for me or for my family. So that's one possibility. And then I thought, well, also, I don't know what the hell to do with an infant. But I would also say that your role is to take care of your wife while she takes care of the baby. So that means you got to watch her, because this is going to tire her out. Like, it's a full body experience for a woman, right? I mean, first of all, she's pregnant, and that's a hell of a thing, especially in the last month. Then she has to give birth, and you know, I think that's something men have no real comprehension of. And then she has to recover, and then that baby is like desperately vulnerable and requires everything the woman has to provide for the first, absolutely for the first 2 months, and pretty much absolutely for the first 6 months. So you got to stand in the background, and you got to watch her, and you got to make sure that she doesn't get overwhelmed, because that's when you need to be in there. You need to go in and say, look, you know, you need a rest. You need to have a nap. I'll take care of the baby. I'll watch. And so everything's going fine, and I'll wake you up if it's necessary. But you got to spell her off. And so you need to make that arrangement. And that's the primary, you know, you think that's how it looks to me, is her primary responsibility is to take care of the baby. And your primary responsibility is to take care of her. And then you have to understand that she's going to be gone from you for like 6 months. And if you can engage in that wholeheartedly, you can get to know the baby, and you can set the stage so that that baby is really well attached to the mother, like firmly, and that'll save you so goddamn much trouble for the rest of your life you can hardly imagine it. Because that initial bonding, that's what provides the scaffold of security, like the physical scaffold of security for that new person. And if that's disrupted, it's real trouble. So, you know, in 6 months, it's not, you know, an instant, but she's going to come back. The same applies here in relationship to your wife and the new child. It's like you're going to have to let your wife go for 6 months. But if you're very careful with that, as I'm sure you will be, and you really take care of her, you know, she'll come back to you, and then you'll have this other person, a daughter. You'll never have anybody in your life who loves you as much as your daughter will. Mm-hmm. Like, if you do that right, and it'll be the same if you have a son. And that is a bloody good deal. I'll tell you, man, I loved hanging around when my kids were little, I would way rather be with them than anyone else. They were fun. There'll be nothing more enjoyable that you do in your whole life than spend time with your little kids, because they really want to like you more than anything else. And that's a great deal, man.